JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's difficult to single out a single volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because they're all pretty damn good. For fans of the popular seinen manga, the decision to create an anime adaptation to celebrate the series' 25th anniversary was met with some trepidation, yet the resulting series has thus far proven to be every bit as good as the source material. What's more, it has helped to introduce the world of JoJo to a whole new generation in the process. The first 5 seasons of the show cover the first 6 parts of the manga, meaning that there are likely at least 2 more seasons still to come. After the conclusion of Stone Ocean, fans still have Steel Ball Run and JoJo Lion to look forward to. By that point, JoJo Lens will likely have arrived and be nearing its climax too, potentially allowing both the show and the long-running manga to conclude at around the same time. Cowboy Bebop. People sometimes complain that Cowboy Bebop is put up on a pedestal, and this may well be true to a certain degree. It's certainly not the perfect anime series, yet to ignore the impact that it's had on the medium would be an act of sheer folly. It's inspired countless other anime and manga series over the years, not to mention several Western movies and television shows. At its core, it's a neo-noir sci-fi series that follows the exploits of a group of bounty hunters as they travel through outer space. The way that it blends together elements from multiple genres is incredibly impressive though, and is a big part of the reason why so many people hold the popular shoujo anime series in such high regard. It may not be the best anime series of all time, but it's definitely right up there. Full Metal Alchemist: Brotherhood. As far as adaptations go, they don't come much more faithful than Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Across its 64 episodes, it manages to remain remarkably true to the manga both in terms of the storylines that it covers and the look and feel of the visuals. Granted, as with pretty much all anime adaptations, there is a little bit of filler here and there, but it never once disrupts the narrative flow. The relationship between Edward and Alphonse is arguably the highlight of the series, but the plot and the unexpected twists and turns that it takes are definitely a close second. After the mixed reception to the original series, most Full Metal Alchemist fans were thrilled with the way that Brotherhood turned out and that the studio behind it had chosen to listen to earlier criticism regarding changes to the source material. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Mecha anime has been popular since the 60s and 70s, but it wasn't until the 90s that the genre really blew up. There were plenty of great mecha anime series unveiled throughout the decade, but none have proven to be anywhere near as popular nor quite as enduring as Hideaki Anno's Neon Genesis Evangelion and its various spin-offs and big-screen adaptations. From wonderfully crafted storylines to stunning set-piece showdowns, the series managed to cram an awful lot into its initial 26-episode run and still holds up incredibly well today. Most of what's followed has been equally excellent too, though finding the best order in which to watch it all can be a little tricky and has at times sparked fierce debate among Evangelion fans over the years. One Piece. It took a little longer for One Piece to establish itself in the West than it did for some of the other great shonen anime series. Once it did though, it's never once struggled to keep Western audiences engaged. The same could be said of its popularity in Japan, with several generations having now grown up with the popular manga and anime series. The former actually holds a Guinness World Record for the number of copies published by a single author and was the best-selling manga for 11 consecutive years between 2008 and 2018. The anime adaptation has proven to be equally successful though, and, save for the occasional small changes, has largely remained true to the source material, much to the delight of series fans. Dragon Ball. When it comes to longevity, few IPs can compete with Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball, which has managed to remain popular for almost 4 decades now. Granted, there were some dark periods during that time, such as the 18-year window between the end of Dragon Ball Z and the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Likewise, it would be foolish to try and argue that every arc or episode of Dragon Ball has been of the highest quality. Even so, the franchise has still managed to remain hugely popular both in Japan and in the West. At its very best, there aren't many anime series that can come close to matching Dragon Ball in terms of entertainment, nor can many claim to have had such an emphatic impact when it comes to the popularization of anime in the West. For this last reason alone, many feel that Dragon Ball is one of the most important anime series ever made. Combine this with its fantastic storylines, incredible villains, and high-octane action scenes, and there's a very strong argument to be made for it being one of the best anime series of all time, if not the very best.